What's going on, everybody? My name's Tyler. This is Shawn. Thanks for joining us back here at Rendered Reality again. We really should have some behind the scenes video we do. Like the second before we go live, I'm just like dying
yeah, we
over
were
here.
both just cracking up laughing. We had to pull it together.
So
but
bad.
man, we got some.
We have talked about doing too, right?
Yeah.
We just talked about that last night. Doing some behind the scenes stuff on our Patreon. We're gonna test some things, some ideas.
I think we are gonna do that for some of the Patreon subscribers. Do some behind the scenes stuff, setting up stuff like that. Some things we have going on. I actually just got a sweet new GoPro Hero 8 Black. So I'm pretty excited about testing that out. But man, we got some awesome topics this week. Really, there's a couple things that have happened this last week and have got announced that I am like crazy super hyped about, for real. Like no joke. Like I'm really hyped about some of that stuff. And do you want to go into the first one that I'm pretty hyped about?
Sure, absolutely, man. Let's do it.
Ready Player 2.
I know.
Ready Player 2, dude. I'm so excited. I just talked about this, I think, last week. So I have the first book, and I've read through the first book already, and I just recently, I think last week or whatever, started reading through it again. I'm just kind of taking my time going through it. And I was thinking, I was like, man, I cannot wait until the second one comes out because the first book is so good, and the movie as well. Me and you actually went to see the movie together. I think the day it came out.
Chills, man.
Yeah, it was. I loved it. So
I know.
You haven't read the book yet, the first book yet, but you have watched the movie. And
so I'm one of those people. I'm not a big book reader. This one does. It does make me want to read it. Especially if we see this, which we will before the movie, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
I really do love a good detailed book. It just
really
has to, it has to keep me entertained the whole time.
I mean, the movie definitely didn't follow the book to a T, but there was, obviously it stayed with the same storyline, but there's a lot more detail and a lot of things that are different in the book. I mean, the book is excellent. I highly recommend picking it up. You gotta read it, especially now that the second one's coming out. So this is available on pre-order. You can pre-order this on Amazon. I pre-ordered it pretty much the instant. Actually, the first person that let me know about this, I think, was Fluke Rogi in our Discord. As soon as he posted that, I looked it up and I pre-ordered it because I was so hyped. I mean, I can't wait for this.
What'd you get it? Hardback? Did you get hardback?
Yeah, hardback. I think it's like $28 for the hardback. So I mean, my other one's a hardback. I think he said there was a store in the UK that you could get signed copies, pre-ordered signed copies. So that's pretty cool. But
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I do need to get it, and this would be, even after reading, it's a great bookshelf piece too, especially for us. I
wondered what they were going to call it. Like I was really curious if they were going to call it Ready Player 2 or something like that, and that is what they went with. So that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Greg's VR said generic. He said book is better. Comments inbound. So yeah, I think the book is, I mean, the book goes into a lot more detail. It's a really good book. If you haven't picked it up, I do recommend reading it. I mean, if you're a VR fanatic like we are, it's fantastic.
I know.
But
so somebody convince me in the comments or anywhere to why should I read it? Because I am a more movie person. I'm a more visual, and it's more of a time thing probably for me, to devote to a book. But I do love a good book. Like once I get into it, I will dive in. But
it's worth
I don't know,
it.
man.
I've been reading it like a chapter or two at night before I go to bed, and reading usually makes me tired, so it's perfect. It makes me tired and puts me to sleep. But we don't know if they're going to make a second movie about this for sure. I know that I was reading some stuff before this got announced. Yeah, and they've already contracted some of the people right off the bat that were in the movie, like Olivia Cook and stuff like that, to do a second movie. I also read that Steven Spielberg said that this was like one of the hardest movies he's made. Like to make this movie was really difficult. And but I mean, I'm really hoping we see a second movie as well, because
still though, I mean, he did stuff. He did Avatar 2, which kind of gives you that out of body, somebody maneuvering something that's not theirs.
And I think that's what was part of the difficult part. But Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
And with this book, Ready Player Two, I was also reading before this got announced that Ernest Cline was actually, he wanted to have a rough draft copy of this book before the movie came out because he wanted to stick with the book aspect. You know, he didn't want that the movie to be out watching the movie to sway how the next book went, because it doesn't follow the movie exact. It's close. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's similarities, but there's a lot of things that are different. There's a lot of things that the movie left out from the book. So I think that's good. I think that's really good. I don't know if he finished that rough draft copy before the movie came out. I'm pretty sure he probably did, but I think that's good because I want it to follow the book. And then the movie, you know, if they come out with a Ready Player 2 movie, obviously it's going to be a little bit different, but it'll follow more of the first movie's aspect. I was talking to my wife about it, and she's, if you haven't seen the movie and stuff, I don't know, I'm sure everybody has, but she was convinced that possibly the second Ready Player 2, the second movie, was going to be Wade and Wade Watts and Artemis. They're having a baby or something, so that was going to be the player too. I don't know if that's the case, but that was her thought. So
true, like the next generation player, I guess.
Alyx VR said Avatar was James Cameron, so Avatar wasn't Steven Spielberg. But I mean, Steven Spielberg did so many movies, and a lot of those movies that he did, you know, you saw that in the first Ready Player One movie, and I guess I was reading also that he had a hard time taking some of the credit for like all of the stuff that he's done and how great it was and iconic it was and being in the movie and stuff, but. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And somebody said get the audiobook. So Simon C said get the audiobook narrated by Will Wheaton. So, I mean, that would be good too. I mean, that audiobooks are really good for drives. You know, when you're on your drive, you're going to work. Yeah, put on headphones while you work. Audiobooks are a really good way to go. I wouldn't actually mind getting the audiobook too of the first one and just listening to that too after reading it, because
that's why we did our audio version of our show is literally for people asking for that for drives and for work. So I get it.
And that's with a lot of the podcast YouTube shows I listen to during my drive and at work and stuff a lot of times. And I'll probably read this book probably a third time before the book comes out. I'm trying to see what the date was. So I have the pre-order and it says arriving November 24th. So it's going to be close to the end of the year for Ready Player 2. But I do have a question for people that can leave in comments or that you can leave in the chat and stuff. But I'm curious of if you liked the movie better or the book better, and whichever one you liked better, what was the order that you experienced them in? Because I'm curious if people that like the book better read the book before they saw the movie, and then people that like the movie better, you know, did they see the movie before they read the book? I actually saw the movie before I read the book. I went and got the book after seeing the movie. I feel like it
ruins it though, doesn't it? Doesn't it ruin it? Like if you go from one to the other, I feel like, or like you know what's coming, but.
I don't know. I think that the book was so different. I was glad that I watched the movie first because I love the movie. It's, I mean, probably one of my favorite movies. And I think that if I would have read the book first, I think I would have appreciated the movie less, knowing already what was in the book and everything. So I think that, for me personally, I think that's how I see it. I'm going to I'll for sure read Ready Player 2, the book, before the movie, if it comes out with a movie, because, I mean, it's going to be a while before we see a movie, and the book's going to be out in November. So
I like experiencing like a story, let's call it a book turned to a movie, so you have the choice. I like experiencing the movie as long as I know it's good, because you get that like full body like I have surround sound, so it gives you that feel, like the audio and feeling it, you know, as well. I don't know. I mean, that's me.
I think both serve a very important.
Sure.
I still want to do big screen with Ready Player One movie in 3D. I still want to get everybody together and do that. So Gaming Science Teacher hasn't read the book.
I'm
reading. I know she's a VR fan. She needs to read the book. I think she'll really like it.
The book was much better, Simon said. So I know it's
a lot of people. I think. I mean, the book was really, really good.
Movie was better.
Aspen Darkfire said audiobook, play at 1.25 or 1.5 speed to save some time. James Darkwood said he'll be getting the audio version.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I know I should read it. I really should. Especially maybe I'll read the first right before the second one drops, maybe.
That would be good. That would be
if we get a release date on a movie when the book's dropping, it won't be that soon. It'll be a year out or so. I don't think they've
started on it yet. Yeah, I don't think they've started on it yet. So I think it's going to be a while. And with all the stuff going on in the world, movies are a lot harder to produce now.
That's true. So theaters aren't even open.
It's going to be a little while, I'm sure, before we. I mean, even Ready Player One, I don't remember when that book came out, but it was out a while before the movie ever came out. So before we even got an announcement for the movie.
It was out. Hold on, it was out
or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, way before. It
says in the book, but it was out way before the movie.
Would. So. It'll say there. Here you go.
I don't know how to read. So where would I find
It's
it?
oh
No,
geez, it's
I'm just
either
kidding.
on the it's either on the inside fold or
Yeah, I don't know, but I think it was 2012 if I remember. I'm sure somebody in chat will know right off the bat. But
yeah.
that is one of the topics this week that I'm super pumped about. If you haven't
So
already,
amazing.
go ahead and pre-order it. Get the first one too. The first one's readily available. It's a really good book. I can't wait to see where it picks up and how it plays out from the first one. I love the book and the movie.
Greg's VR just said, "Where's the Ready Player One game?" By the way, which they did have that experience deal. It was.
I think it was on. It was on Steam, but I feel like it was on like Vive. It was on Viveport, I think, when it first came out or something, like some kind of Vive software. I remember playing it. It was a bunch of little mini games. Some of them were kind of cool. Some of them were a little lame, but there is one out there. I'm sure it's still out there somewhere. You could experience it, but I would rather have, a true Ready Player One game. I think would be pretty awesome.
VR Spry Guy just said, "What do you mean theaters are closed? Big screen is always open," which agreed. Yeah. I feel like we get to hang out with more people now in VR than I do in real life, which is
I mean, the only time I really get to hang out with people in real life is at work and stuff. So
true. That's true. Which some people aren't even back. So, some people don't get that.
Yeah.
Spry Guy was with us last Friday when we played after our Friday show.
Yeah, a bunch of people. We actually played
some Contractors.
Yeah, we actually played Contractors after the Friday show, and I think we played it again Sunday with a bunch of people. And we actually, real quick, so we talk about Contractors a lot, so we're not going to focus on this, but we may be teaming up with some people in our Discord to take on the Virtual Strangers guys and some of the people in their Discord. And some of the community's kind of the same. Some of it, the community's all one big community. So we'll have to figure out how those teams are going to get split up. We'll have to figure out what day we're going to do it, maybe next weekend or something. We'll talk to them a little bit more and
get our roster together,
see who's going to be on what team. So everybody get your practice in. We're going to be practicing and maybe we'll try to live stream it or record it or something, put it out there afterwards or whatever. But we'll figure that out. More details to come on that. So
we've been talking about this for a long time, so it's finally game time.
Yeah,
it's a great time for it
for sure.
But I can't wait. Yeah, we had to figure out the details to it too, but we will.
Yeah, we'll come up with it. We'll talk to them. We'll talk to some of the people.
How many people? What do you think? How many do you think it should be? Because you can actually run
16
8 on 8 now, right?
The only problem right now,
audio wasn't working.
Yeah, they're having some issues with chat if you have the larger groups, but we can do Discord. We got a team 1, team 2 in Discord. We can do that. So we'll
I see
figure that
somebody
out.
who's got their hand raised in chat who wants in.
I know there's people that want in. We're gonna have some and people have been practicing like crazy, so it's gonna be awesome. But let's get into the next thing, and that is I think you want to talk about this next, Swordsman VR.
Oh yeah, man.
We talked about this before early. We talked about this when this was way early, but there is a trailer now.
What did we say? We wanted to see some gameplay, right? And this is finally some actual gameplay of it, which looks really good. I was a little nervous at first, but it's looking really good. I'm impressed by it.
And this is Sin Studio. They do have a Discord. I'm not sure. I've been on their Discord for a long time. I don't know if we put that in the description. We probably didn't. But so they're putting out more information and stuff on there. There's been some Reddit posts and stuff. So a lot of people have seen this game now. I can't remember. Is this supposed to be this year? I know we had a bunch of info on it before when it first got announced, but I can't remember all the info now.
I don't know where. I think it was, or end of year, maybe something like that. But it looks like it's moving really fast. So I don't know. It might be sooner than that, actually, or fall. It might have been fall, actually. And that looks to be on track for fall, I'd say. But it does. I mean, it looks good. Right here, the boss at the end.
Yeah, it's supposed to be combat, physics based and everything like that. Like, I'm trying to find. So it's a story-driven, physics-based medieval combat game set to release this summer. It says this summer.
Oh, there you go.
2020 on all PC platforms as well as the PS4 store for the PlayStation VR. So hopefully, summer 2020. That's getting. We're down to the wire. So hopefully he can. They can get it out summer 2020, but it's looking pretty good. The trailer, this is what I wanted to see. It's hard to judge a game by screenshots and pictures and stuff like that, but actually seeing the trailer and some gameplay footage and stuff, it's looking pretty good. So
I just like, there's one part where he like even throws the shield, which shows how much you can actually use all that as weapons too. Yeah, it's right there, hitting somebody in the face. He takes somebody out on the ledge, like standing up above with it. It's looking good. I do like some 1v1 combat now. When it's this detailed, I'm all in.
And I like the fact that it's story driven, because we have some games like this, Blade and Sorcery and stuff, that's kind of similar to the combat and stuff. But as far as I know, there's no story. At least when I played Blade and Sorcery, there's no story to it. There's no story driven anything. It's just basically a combat zone of almost like a wave shooter kind of thing. But you know, there's tons of mods and stuff in that game now too. I haven't played that in a while, but the fact that it's story based is pretty exciting to me. So
I agree. It does look good though. Lighting looks good.
Yeah,
it's getting there, man.
Yeah,
it's getting there.
It's definitely getting there.
I'm liking it. I'm liking
excited for that.
So my next excitement, can we talk about a little Pimax action?
Oh yeah.
Because it's almost available. Maybe
it's shipping out. It started shipping, but I think just to the backers. This is the 8KX, and they're calling it. Did they always call it the 8K, the Pimax Vision 8KX, or is that new? I don't remember them saying Vision 8KX.
Vision essentially is the new body Pimax stuff.
Okay.
So like the rugged housing, what they used to call, that's basically just becoming their standard housing. Vision. I'm trying to think if there was any other difference with the Vision.
I know it's the more ruggedized body and that blue coating, whatever that coating is. Yeah. So this is Sweviver's video. He's a big Pimax guy. He put out an unboxing video, and if you want to watch this video, I think the link is in the description. He gives a bunch of information about this and the releasing and what's going on with the backers, talks all about the headset. So it's definitely a video worth checking out if you're interested in the Pimax. So, and we have been interested in the 8KX for a while now. Both of us have been pretty excited about this. I don't know. We were going to talk about some Reverb G2 stuff. I don't know how I feel about all of it now, but I don't know. We're going to get into that. But what are you still on the fence about ordering a Pimax 8KX? I mean, you're not going to beat the field of view of this in any of the headsets currently available. And that's been
my thing, you know, and I won't get completely into it. But again, it's that wide field of view that suckers me in. You can't experience that on any other headset, basically. I mean, you can if you want to spend, you know, $5,000 to $8,000.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's for what it is, and with the new audio strap and stuff, I'd be totally in. Now, I don't know. This doesn't seem to ship the new. I don't know. He didn't show one with the audio strap. Their deluxe.
I think he did show it at the end. I don't think that's available yet.
But I don't think that's what's going out.
No, I think as far as I know, it's gonna be shipping with this audio strap, which is basically like a Quest or Rift-esque design of the speakers built in. From what I heard, it's not great, but it's okay.
The bigger face mask and the padding in the back, so their comfort kit.
Yeah.
Is that what this one has? And I really. I'm so on the fence, but we can talk about later of why I am on the fence.
So here's the deluxe audio strap version or whatever.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I want. That's the full setup. But again, they're like
expensive.
$1,400, I think, for all of it, and you get everything.
And it's still, I mean, it's still Pimax, which is still a little bit questionable of a company in a sense. I think they've come a long way, and their products have gotten better.
I don't think it's questionable anymore. It doesn't scare me.
Yeah,
where before I wouldn't have wanted to spend the full amount, and now I don't really have a problem with it.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's just the shipping. You know, is it actually going to show up when they say it's going to show up? Is it really going to be available? You know, I mean, I know that they've expanded a lot of stuff, and hopefully, you know, if there are any issues, they just take care of it. But I mean, it's still not a company like, you know, Steam or Oculus or HP or Samsung. You know, it's still a smaller company. You know, not real huge. So I still have a little bit of question marks. I don't know. For the money, I don't know. I want to try one. I think I want to try one first. It's just a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but
have you even got to use my Pimax?
I was last time I was over there, I can't remember. It was having some issue or something. We were real limited on time. It was after show, and I had to be somewhere.
That's when it did the bad firmware update to it, and it was dead for like a month until I finally got them over there to remotely fix it, which was amazing, by the way. Their customer support was phenomenal, actually, for me. But yeah, it was down. You're right. So
yeah, I haven't got to experience it. So
I know.
I don't know what the Pimax experience is like. I don't know. I mean, the problem is it is a really, really wide field of view. But from what everybody says, there's still a lot of distortion and stuff to get that, you know, on the edges to get that field of view. So it's not a true, you know, 200-degree field of view or whatever it is. It's not. It is, but it's done by some trickery, you know what I mean, in a sense. So
it's like a wrapped lens on the side, but that's all you need anyways, because you're not staring, you're not really looking out here anyways.
Yeah.
You know, it's just your peripheral, but
And I've
But it
even
is,
like
I
even
get it.
somebody in the comments in one of the videos was talking about, and we've talked about before, just using LED lighting and stuff just to try even trick yourself
Ambient
instead of
stuff or
having
whatever.
dark. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like what Xbox teased a long time ago about doing on the TV, like the back of the
Oh,
TV,
well,
it spreads
Philips does.
around, and
You can
yeah,
do it now.
yeah,
Philips HDMI box does that now
something
with
like that
TV
would
and
be
PC stuff.
even
Yep.
kind of interesting to see how that would work. Main
Yep.
fan said will not buy another Pimax. So I think a lot of the people that were early in Pimax, like I know Main fan had one or still has one from a while back, and I think that put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth, and I understand because they had a lot of issues. And I mean, there was just the quality. I mean, even your Pimax 5K.
Wait. Hold the press. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Rudell said he had a coupon for the G2.
What?
Yeah, exactly. So I need to know what's up with that coupon. Yeah, right.
I need to find out about that coupon too. I don't know nothing about a
Right?
coupon. But,
Exactly.
But yeah, I think honestly, the early people in Pimax, I think, got to put a really bad taste put in their mouth. And even your 5K, you have the original 5K, right? Like the 5K
5K plus. I have the 5K plus.
But
not the
even
original.
yours, like in the body, and this isn't the same stuff. You know, this is going to be a completely different body. But even in the body of yours, there are little tiny cracks in a lot of places.
Sure.
You know,
Sure
and
there
it's
are.
just
Yep.
the quality wasn't there. So I'm hoping the new stuff is going to be.
And it doesn't matter.
leaps and bounds.
I don't care about hairline cracks, and
I
it
do.
doesn't change
If
anything.
I spend $1,000 or $1,400 on a headset, you better
look,
believe
at
me,
this
I'm going to be
point-
ticked off if it has
At this
cracks
point,
in it.
yes, I agree. I know,
mean, that's
but
just
then,
crazy.
I mean, they were a very new company venturing to some very high-tech stuff, bringing it at a cheap price for what they were delivering.
Right.
I understand it. At this point, no, I agree. They
don't-
should have a fix, and they do.
I don't
but-
ever understand I mean, that's never okay to have cracks.
I
or whatever.
know.
They should
I
have
get it.
sent
Quality control.
replacements. Yeah, I mean that's not okay no matter where you're at in the company.
But we talk about all the time pushing the limits of this weight, and it keeps it down. You know what I mean?
Awesome, Rizzle Rock with that Pimax.
Rizzle, cheers,
man.
man.
Maybe we can get one after all.
Look, dude, I think I hope the $4.99 for the Pimax. I don't know how far that's gonna go.
Hey, every
because
little bit
it
helps,
still-
man.
it does,
Every
I
little bit
agree.
helps. That's for sure.
But dude, that price point, like, come on. At this point, we have other companies releasing
that
headsets
price point
for a
is
lot
hurting
cheaper.
me.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I really do hope that the quality of the new Pimax stuff, and I think it is going to be leaps and bounds better than what the old stuff was. I have to believe that it is, and we'll see. I mean, these are starting to go out. So if the backers are starting to get these, we're going to start seeing some videos. We're going to start seeing some reviews on them. So it'll be interesting. But
And if you're a backer and you don't like it and want to get rid of it, send it my way because I will gladly test it. I will gladly use it.
And somebody said they just want the Pimax. It was up earlier. Somebody said they just wanted the Pimax controllers because they hate the index controllers.
I know.
And I'm on the fence about those too because I feel like they're very similar to the index controllers. So I don't personally like the index controllers either. So I don't know that I'm going to like those.
But they're more shapely. They are more shapely.
I don't like the grip. Like even for the index controllers, when I'm playing contractors and stuff, I'm using my gun stock. I take my front hand off to reload, and a lot of times I let my hand go, but my hand is still holding on to the gun, and I have to I just don't like it. I prefer a touch controller that just has an analog grip button. It seems to work better for me. You know, I was first, index controllers are kind of cool, you know, but now I don't like them at all. I don't like, they're not comfortable for me. I don't like the capacitive sensors in them. I would get rid of those index controllers in a heartbeat if I could use touch controllers with my index headset.
I know. I've swayed a little bit away from needing finger tracking and stuff on it.
I don't care about that.
Only because I feel like if you're a gamer, you have no need really for full, lower finger movements. You want those button presses for that solid on, off.
The only thing,
it's just different.
The only thing that the finger tracking really is good for is games like VR chat and stuff or games that are like social like that, where you're just talking to people, talking with your hands, doing hand gestures. And the hand gestures are cool for like 5 minutes. That may just be me. People may use it way more than I do. But I mean, even Contractors has the finger tracking in there. I don't ever use that. I mean, other than maybe we're in the lobby and like waving to people. But I mean, I
almost wish they had. Okay, so on top of the touch, how it has the sensor for your thumb, right? Why couldn't they have sensors like that for your lower fingers that were just kind of relative to it, and then you could have them on or off, or depending on the game, use them, not use them.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'd be okay
be
with that if they still had the analog grip button. I just want that because it knows exactly when I take my hand off and exactly when I want my hand on something. That I just don't like. I don't know. The index controllers for me just do not work good. And some people might have better luck than me, but I'm not a fan. I'm becoming less and less of a fan almost every single time I use my headset. But
James Darkwood said the analog stick break easy. You must have some beast grip with your thumb then, because I don't know if I've ever broken any type of like analog stick. I don't know if I ever
You just broke your index controller in half, but that wasn't the
That was
analog
just
stick.
smashing. Oh, yeah.
Limba Zero said adult games with a smiley face. I guess maybe that makes sense for the finger tracking. That's another topic. That's for another show. That's the late night version of the Coffee VR show. That's later tonight.
The after show, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it seems like a lot of people are agreeing with me about the index controller. Man, Fane said I agree. I know Jason doesn't like them.
I like them. I'm just not like over the moon about
sales.
what I thought I was going to be with them.
Yeah.
That's all.
So me too. I don't know. Can we get into Reverb G2? I feel like it's a topic that comes right after talking about
all right, fine. Let's talk about it. Yeah, I know. It's hard not to.
So we got some information this week because Sebastian at MRTV, he has his hands on one of these. This is a pre-released prototype basically that he has. So he doesn't have the final version, but he's done a decent amount of testing with it. And almost pretty much everything has been positive. And it's the tracking, he says, is pretty much on par with Rift and Quest. He said a couple times that maybe Rift and Quest are a little bit better, but he says it's like, can do pretty much everything you want to do. He said that he's tested it in shooter games, Onward, Pavlov, all that stuff, no issues. Bow games, no issues. He said that you can break the tracking if you try, like if you put your hands behind your head for a minute and then take them back down and stuff. So, and again, I'm sure that's something that they'll continue to improve upon, because even if you saw the first generation of Windows Mixed Reality, they did keep continuing making the tracking better. And even Rift and Quest, the tracking continually got better from what it was day one. Yeah, the other thing, he said the field of view, and this is one of the big concerns I had, is that field of view, he said, was definitely bigger than Rift S and Quest. Hands down was definitely bigger than Rift S and Quest.
And comparable to Index, right?
That's what he said. He said less than Index, but comparable.
Right.
And he said it was closer to Index than it was to Rift S and Quest. He said going from Index to that headset, he didn't notice like a big difference. So that was encouraging to me, because that was one concern I had with the going from the Index to another headset that's really similar to the Index.
Are we going back to tunnel vision?
Looks like the Index. It does have the slider for the IPD adjustment, which is great. Index audio, which is fantastic. I think he said the Index headphones do have a little bit more movement up and down than what the Reverb G2 does. That's probably okay for me.
That's not a big deal.
Yeah, and the one thing that I'm really excited about this is the fact that this has better controllers, hopefully, than the Index. They're more touch. They look a lot more touch. Yeah, thanks for subscribing. So that has me excited. So I personally, I pre-ordered the headset after all the MRTV stuff came out. He basically convinced me. I didn't really want to spend the money. I have way too many headsets anyways, and I can't find a way to wear them all at the same time. I don't know how to do that.
So I'm right there with you, though. I mean, after seeing all that and kind of confirming what we had hoped, my fear was the tracking, because coming out of WMR, we know what their tracking was like. Now we know we've gone to 4 cameras, so I assumed it would be better, but I was fearful.
And I'm still
now it's kind of been settled, but I know, I agree. But after watching his demos and stuff of him in Rec Room, Sebastian, trying to do the occlusion with the guns, which is my biggest thing.
Yeah.
And it looked pretty flawless. I didn't see really any type of issue with it.
It looks pretty good.
I'm kind of back on with it. I just, again, with the Index, I feel like everything is clear already in my Index. And don't get me wrong, I know this will be better, obviously.
Yeah. Less glare,
and we're compressing it into a smaller area, right? Less glare, higher contrast, higher brightness. So I feel like it's kind of a no-brainer, but at the same time, is it a step forward really for me, or is it a lateral step from the Index? I guess the only gain for me is the controllers is my big gain.
And visuals. He said visually.
I know.
I mean, these are the highest resolution panels, other than I don't remember what the Star VR and all that stuff is, but but for a consumer headset at this price, $599, this is the best. He said even Pimax, compared to the Pimax 8KX, the visuals of the HP Reverb G2 were by far better. He said that multiple times. So I agree.
No, I know it's going to be better. But I don't know, is it enough to buy another headset for me having an Index? The only reason that I makes me want to do it is for testing purposes.
Right.
And that's where I'm at with it. I mean, the main
thing, honestly, the main thing I want that it gets me excited about it is the fact that I'm hoping I'm going to like the controllers a lot better. And it's still basically an Index. You know, it still resembles an Index a lot. You know, the audio is one of my favorite things about the Index. We're gonna have the same audio, so that's what has me excited. The better visuals.
The interface looks the same.
Yeah,
like
it's a little bit different, but same design. I mean, I think the same
yeah.
material and stuff. But I think there's going to be a little bit of an advantage in games like Contractors and stuff because you are going to have a little bit clearer picture. You should be able to see an enemy from a little bit farther away. I mean, we saw that going, you know, especially from the CV1, you know, into Rift S, into Index and stuff like that. The visual clarity in those games, you did have a little bit of an advantage. You're going to have 90 hertz compared to the Index. It's going to be 120, 144. I don't know that really impacts me too much. My Index is always set on 120, but I don't know that I really notice a difference for me.
I don't either. I
don't know. I went ahead and pre-ordered. I think that you should. I mean, honestly, and Sebastian also made a good point. If you get this in and you don't like it, there's going to be a big market for these. I have a feeling right off the bat because there's a lot of people excited. So you should be able to sell it, no problem. At least get your money back. If you don't want to keep it, I'm not either. Once I have it, I'm not going to want to get rid of it. And I've never owned a Windows mixed reality headset before. I've used them before. I've tested them out. I've used the Samsung Odyssey and all that, but I've never owned one. So I don't know. And at the same time, we don't know what's coming. I mean, we could get another Samsung headset announcement before the end of the year, you know, so I don't know. Like, that's the scary part too.
And as well as I'd love to have one, you know, of each of us in house. So like, should I put the money towards an 8KX to where you have a G2? Or should I wait on something if something comes out?
If we live down the road from each other, that'd be nice because we could swap them back and forth all the time. But living 500 miles, we'll be shipping headsets back and forth all the time. And somebody also mentioned in chat, we were talking, I don't know where it's at now, but they said something about aren't the Reverb G2 controllers compatible with base station tracking? And I guess supposedly they are. There's a way to do it. I don't know. I know Sebastian even talked about it. And he's probably going to do a video on it. I haven't had this in hand or anything, so I can't test that. But I know there are ways that supposedly you're going to be able to do that. So that may even be even better. So, you know, if you can get the tracking of the controllers with the Lighthouse, that should eliminate any kind of tracking issues you should have. So, and
they're backwards compatible too with the Reverb. I mean, you can buy the new controllers too,
with
which
the
is
old
awesome.
Windows mixed reality headsets, which I think that's going to be a hit too, because the old controllers, you know, that was one thing a lot of people complained about, but people still love their Odyssey Pluses and stuff. So that's a great option to order the new controllers. That's fantastic. I think
an Odyssey Plus with those controllers would be a great headset. So
I'm excited. I'm wondering if MameFan, I know MameFan's in chat. I know he stays up on the tech quite a bit. I'm wondering if he is going to order one. So Ham for the Win said pre-order to G2 also. Yeah, baby. So I know I've seen a lot of people that are pre-ordering. We don't know how long it's going to last. I mean, we don't know. The pre-order could end because there's so many pre-orders. So if you're on the fence, I think you should just do it. I'm sure you can cancel. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to cancel before it came out. So, I mean, I'm sure you can pre-order now, and then a month or two from now, something else gets announced that you'd rather have. I'm sure you can cancel it. So I don't think we're not going to see an Oculus headset this year. We're going to see one next year. So we're going to find out what that's going to be. I'm sure at Oculus Connect. So that'll be a next year purchase probably. So yeah, I know. So I don't know. I'm excited. I'm pretty excited.
I think next year we're going to see a lot of headsets. I think at CES or whatever event that they have around that time, we're going to see a ton of new headsets there.
I think
that would be my guess.
Right.
Yeah. So, second gen WMR stuff.
But I still think this has the potential to be one of the best headsets out there right now. I think this could potentially hurt Index sales a little bit, which I'm sure they're not worried about it because I'm sure they're making money off of this too, because they used a lot of the Valve tech and stuff, the headphones and all that. And I mean, Index is going to sell no matter what. I mean, there's already, you know, people still can't get it yet. So I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I saw people on Reddit, I think the other day, just getting orders fulfilled from like, I forget what it was. 3, 4 months, 5 months, something like that.
But nobody wants VR, so I don't understand how all these headsets are selling out. Nobody wants VR. It's crazy to me. People need to wake up. Man. Wake up for real. But
all right, so I don't know. We'll see. Somebody said money going towards a PS5. I may just pre-order it. I just probably need to
get it. I'm gonna probably get a PS5 as well. I know. I don't know that I'll get one this year. I don't know that a PS5 will be a purchase when it comes out at the end of the year, because for me, I'm more interested in the PlayStation VR 2. So I have a feeling that's probably gonna be a next year purchase for me.
Right.
I don't know. Depending on when I get it and depending on when PSVR 2 gets announced, I may get it beforehand and just use it with the regular PSVR. I don't know yet, but I want to find out more information about PSVR 2.
There you go. So. Main fan doesn't think I'm crazy. He says, not getting G2. I have Index and Rift S now. The resolution alone isn't enough for me to buy. And see, that's right where I'm at.
Yeah,
it's like,
I can't argue
really
that.
Necessary?
I mean, if you have an Index and a Rift S, is it necessary? Absolutely not. I don't think for most people it's really necessary at all. I just have this really bad addiction and this really bad problem that these new products come out and I want them. So it's a problem. It really is a problem, and it is not necessary. I mean, I already have an Index. There's really no reason to get it, but I just want it. I just want to try it out. I want to see it. I want to see how it works. And if it is terrible, I probably won't keep it. I'll sell it or get rid of it or something because I can use my Index and my Rift S. So yeah, I don't know. I did pre-order and I'm planning on keeping that pre-order unless something crazy happens. So, but
my gears are still turning, so we'll see.
Yeah, real quick, I did want to talk about Real VR fishing because this is one of my favorite fishing. I mean, this to me is the best fishing game out there. It's an excellent game. It's on Steam, Quest, Rift S, plays great on all of them, even Quest. Big news for me, multiplayer update is coming soon, and that I say this, we say this all the time, everything needs multiplayer co-op, in my opinion, our opinion. I know everybody doesn't feel that way, but this is one that I think is excellent because, I mean, a lot of people go fishing by themselves in real life, but a lot of people use that as a buddy thing, family thing.
Oh, for sure they do.
I mean, how many stories have been told sitting next to a lake or a river just fishing? Right. How many memories have been made, bonding experiences. So for me, this is the same kind of thing, especially for people who live far away. Like you want to go fishing 100%. With one of your old fishing buddies, you throw on your Quest, your Rift, your Index, whatever, and you sit down and you can have a conversation with them while you're just chilling. You're just chilling, fishing, telling fishing stories, comparing the size of fish you're catching, and I think this is cool.
It'd be so cool to show the other person, dude, look what I just got.
And your buddy ain't catching nothing but little minnows, and you're catching these whopper fish. I think it's cool. So this is exciting for me because I do like this game. I think I'll probably spend more time in this game with people than I have spent by myself. I've spent a decent amount of time in this game on Quest and Rift S, but I think I would enjoy it even more. And if you haven't played it, this game's excellent. I mean, just look at the environments. The environments in this game are stellar. I mean, they look amazing. They're very good environments. Plays well. It's an awesome game.
Cool.
So I don't know when this is coming. They just said it's coming soon. It was like a teaser they put on Twitter. So I'm excited for this. I can't wait.
Yep. Anything multiplayer added to, man. It's awesome. I love it. I just wanted
to throw that in there real quick because that's got me super
excited.
But we could talk about some bad news. You want to talk about bad news?
No, we don't talk about that on here. Come on, man.
We got to talk about it all.
Controllers.
So the new Superhot DLC, the Mind Control Delete DLC. I don't understand this. So they're not. This is coming out, but they say that they don't have plans for VR support right now, which makes no sense to me. I don't know if anybody in here. Please explain to me how you play Superhot not in VR.
Right. Okay. So when Superhot first came out, when the guy first made it, I played it. I think it was only playable through Explorer or Chrome, something like that. This was back when he first started it. Oh, that's coming soon. And I played it on there, and it wasn't, not even close to the same for me. I don't know, man. I don't know why you would do that and not have VR. I don't. Maybe it was guaranteed or something to the consoles that they were getting an update. I don't know, but I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I mean, I feel like Superhot is like a flagship title for VR.
Sure,
Superhot is one of those games that come to mind that a lot of people have heard of, a lot of people have seen people play. It just, to me, Superhot and VR just go hand in hand. They just make so much sense together. It's just one of those games that works so good in VR that I don't understand why they wouldn't. I'm sure it'll come at some point. I have to imagine they're gonna add VR support at some point. I mean, Superhot's made $3 million in sales, just on Quest or something crazy like that. I forget the numbers, but they're definitely making money in VR, no doubt about it.
Well, maybe they think they don't have to. Maybe they think everyone's buying it anyways. So what do they have to put extra effort into putting it into VR? But I don't know. I know.
It's got to be coming. I have to imagine it's coming. But it's super frustrating to see this stuff. I mean, a company like this that knows the power of VR, why are they not including this in there? I don't know. I don't get it. But
I don't get it either.
I did see that Paradise Decay about that fishing game, said I love this game. We'll have to buddy up with Shawn, so I'm totally down. Me and Paradise Decay are gonna go fishing. I don't know. I guess we could, because he likes to be in the environment, so he's like probably gonna be sitting next to the lake while he's playing real fishing VR. So I guess I might have to do that too. I don't know.
True. Yeah.
I'll just get in a boat on the river. I don't live too far from the James River in Virginia, so I'll just get in a boat and just play for a while, and then just try to figure out.
You better
where
have
I'm
a good hotspot.
I'll just try to figure out where I'm at by the time I finish floating. I don't know, but. Yeah, so that's some disappointing news this week. That was news that I wasn't excited to hear about Superhot.
I agree. It's confusing to me why they would do that. I don't know. They can't sell more on a flat than they can VR.
I wonder what the numbers are on that, actually.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they do have it on consoles. So
I mean, you figure there's a whole lot more flat gamers than VR gamers, so maybe the sales are pretty weighted towards the flat. I mean, it would make sense. I mean, there's way more, but still, man, that's crazy.
Right. I agree.
Let's give something away. So this is...
Oh, wait. Don't forget Gleam giveaways, too.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that. So this is courtesy of Fluke Rogi, which that guy helps us out all the time. He always does the timestamps and stuff for us in the videos. He messaged me, and said to give this away, which is a great game. I know people love this game. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. This is on Steam. So thanks to Fluke Rogi. So drop him a thank you and stuff down in the comments and stuff afterwards, too, just for all the help he gives us with the timestamps and everything. So really appreciate that. We wanted to give that away. We also do have the Gleam giveaways we talked about last week. I think that ends tomorrow, I believe. It does. So we'll tomorrow be doing the drawings.
Maybe? Something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So we're giving away the Kiwi design for the Quest, the ear muffs that help the direct the sound into your ear, the gray silicone cover from VR cover for Valve Index, and a silicone cover for the Quest from the people of Supernatural. So
we're cleaning house.
Yeah. So make sure you sign up for those. So the drawing is going to be tomorrow. We're going to figure out where we got to ship those things to. Watch your emails, because once we do the drawing, we will email the winner. Make sure you see that email and check it, because it might go to your trash folder or something like that. But you have to respond within 24 hours or we will redraw, because sometimes we've had people that just don't respond, and I want somebody to get this stuff. So
I still want to know if somebody got Fallout 4.
Yeah, I wonder who got. We gave away Fallout 4 at the very beginning of the show, and I'm not sure who got that. I missed who got it. So if you did,
still such a good game that nobody talks about. I feel like, I don't know, once it had its VR port, that was it. Like, it's one of those you can go back to, and it's so good still.
Yeah, for sure. So make sure you check out those Gleam giveaways. They are in the description. They will be ending soon, and hopefully you see an email, and we'll just need your once we email you, we'll just need your address and stuff, or wherever you want us to send this stuff to. So excited about that. But again, thanks to Fluke Rogi. Seriously, that guy's
seriously
awesome.
Tons of effort, man.
Yeah, thanks so much for that, and hopefully somebody got that. I don't know who got it, but hopefully somebody got it that will enjoy that. So
all right, man, can we get into our dream? Can we get into the one game we hope might be coming?
Which one do you want to start with, though?
Come on,
let's start.
Okay.
First off the bat,
I know what you're gonna do.
Okay.
I know. Go ahead.
This is a good intro to what we're getting into.
I'm just as excited though for this too.
So this is a teaser. They've been talking about this for a little while. This is from Raptor Labs. So if you don't know who Raptor Labs are, they're the people behind Standout. What's the other one? Warzone. Wardust. Yeah. So Wardust. Yeah. Wardust and Standout. So they've been teasing this, and they haven't given us a whole lot of information about this, but these are some drawings or whatever, some images from some artwork from something they're working on called Drive By.
Yep.
We don't know what it is. Looking at these images, I'm curious what people's guesses are in chat of what kind of game this might be. I think we have our guesses and ideas.
I know. I'm excited. I mean, if their mechanics and stuff do work really well. I hope they get a little more into like the detail oriented from what we've seen in Standout.
Polish.
Yep. If this has the polish, this really stands a chance to be something.
This really stands out.
Yep. I agree.
See what I did there? But it's funny because
the map. So good.
We've spent a lot of time. I have a lot of hours in Standout. We have a decent amount of hours in Wardust. So they're games that we've played quite a bit. They're up our alley. We like those kind of games. Like we said, they do need more polish. They're not quite as refined as some of the other games. They're still kind of rough in a lot of senses, but they're fun. They are a lot of fun. But hopefully for this game, I do hope that they spend the time to get that polish in there, take what they've learned from their past games, and really, really put it into this one and go all out.
And we know they can handle some serious multiplayer, because Wardust has
a lot,
32. Is it 64? Is it?
I can't. It's a lot. It's a big team.
Something like
yeah,
that.
it's two big teams against each other, and it works. I mean, we've
I
played
think it's 32 v 32.
Yeah,
I think.
I think that's right. So everybody's guessing the same thing we are in chat. Limba said GTA, main fan, GTA, hard to get. Looks like
Right?
GTA 5 art, Slave Blaze, GTA, Greg's VR. Yeah, everybody's saying GTA. That's the first thing we thought too. We don't know for sure, but man, that artwork looks just like a GTA game. It could still be some kind of battle royale, like a Population 1 kind of a game. Could be something.
Right.
Could be something like that. We're not for sure, but especially with that Ferris wheel in the back and just the images just scream GTA to me. That's what they scream. So this is cool. If you haven't already, they do have a Discord. You can join that. They haven't given a ton of info. They've just given some images and a little bit of
it's good though, man.
stuff.
I love it.
But it's exciting. I mean, if it is a GTA style game and it comes out, pretty soon, this could be big. I mean, a lot of people are going to want to play this, so that could be a lot of fun, especially if it's like a massively multiplayer game like what Wardust is. If you have that map and you can get 64 people on there, just doing whatever GTA stuff you do, trying to blow each other up and all kinds of stuff.
That's what makes GTA Online amazing, is because you just have people free roaming, screwing around in there. But James Davis said exactly what we did. They need to finish what they already have, which I get, but polish it. That's all we're asking for, is just get that solid polish in, get a solid game out.
I mean, the core mechanics of Standout and Wardust, they work.
And the gameplay and the map design and all that stuff, they're very good at that.
It's just needs polish.
It
needs polish. It needs the little stuff. The big stuff's there. It needs the little stuff. That's what they need to focus on. And
that's what keeps a game going long term. And that's helps.
I mean, the artwork on this looks great, but artwork is just artwork. It doesn't mean anything of what the game could look like. So it's exciting. I think it's really cool. I'm excited to see what they do with it. It's going to be a game I'll pick up no matter what. Either way, if they come out with this anytime soon, I'll be picking it up and look forward to playing it. But that leads us into our next topic.
Chris Richardson just said, "Did Population 1 ever launch?" And
it hasn't launched.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't launched.
It's still supposed to launch this year, and they're getting really, really close. We are limited on what we can say. All I
want to say is that W from this week was amazing. That's it. I'm dropping it. Oh my God, dude. I can't.
Yeah, it's
coming. I dreamed about that. But
Population 1 is coming. It's coming. And they're saying this year. So it should be this year. I can't. I just can't. We can't say so much about it. There's NDAs and everything, and we're limited on what we can say. As soon as we're able to say more about it, we for sure will. As soon as we're able to. So, but that last topic leads us into the next, and I don't know if I should show the official trailer because I might get. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna show PD playing GTA 5. He's told us before we could use. So this is him playing GTA 5. The story here is that one of the Rockstar studios, announced that they are working on an open world VR game. What game is that? We don't know, but
so I know I was reading some stuff what other people thought. I feel like they would probably do a VR only game, like a new game, not repurposed, not using LA Noire, not doing GTA. I feel like they will do a ground up VR game. To me, I don't know. They have talked about dabbling in VR for so long, Rockstar themselves. I feel like they are working something in the background that we don't know about, because their projects go for 5 or 6 years that they work on and then drop it. So I just feel like they could be working on a ground up title for VR.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
my
know.
hopes.
My thought is, this is Video Games Deluxe. They're an Australia-based studio, and they work exclusively with Rockstar. And as far as I know, they were the same people that did LA Noire. They were the same people that made the port to LA Noire for VR. So my thought is, if they're doing an open world game, VR game, my thought is that they're officially porting GTA 5 to VR, because it's similar to what they did with LA Noire. From a ground up game built for VR from somebody like Rockstar, I feel like that's still going to be a while. Unless they've been working on it for a while, that's going to be a long time before we see that from a ground up. Now, a port, I mean, people have already been playing GTA 5. We've played GTA 5 in VR. PD in this video, Paradise Decay, is playing it, but this is with a controller. There's no motion controls. It's still not perfect. Some of the cutscenes are still a little weird. It feels a little weird. It's not perfect. It's not definitely not a made for VR game. This is a mod.
No,
So, but we don't know. I mean, it could be anything from Rockstar. It could be a brand new game. I'm curious what people think in chat, because we don't know. But
the only thing that keeps me going back to maybe it is a VR part of a game that's already in the works. So I could see, just because of the timing of console releases, them dropping like a GTA 6 when consoles drop with VR support, because PlayStation's getting it, dropping it on, for PC. I could see that. That's the only reason why.
Huge.
And they like to do that. 6. They like to try and drop games on console release. I think they did that with, I forget which one, 4 or 5 or Liberty something, one of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be the only thing that I would think. And it would take over. That would be one of those games again. People don't forget on a new console.
Even bigger maybe than Half-Life Alyx all over again.
Sure, it would
for the win said official VR support for GTA 5 would be nice for the online mode, which I totally agree, because you can do the mod and it's fun, but there's no online mode because you can get banned for modding.
And that's what makes
the
game.
Yeah,
that's what keeps it alive right now.
I would be fine even if they did a mod, or even if they did an official GTA 5 VR online mode only. Even if they did that and it wasn't the core game, I'd be okay with that even.
But look how good it works, because No Man's Sky did that and it was huge. People went out and bought headsets to play No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
So I could see that for sure.
It would be absolutely fantastic. Thing for VR. I mean, it would be huge. Sure. I can't even imagine what it would do to the VR space. I mean, that could really be another wave of it just taking off. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, like I said, it is the studio that did the PC VR port, or the port for LA Noire. Right. And I guess that was on PS4 too, late last year. So this article is saying, by the sound of it, the small studio will be expanding by a fair bit, because they did have a LinkedIn or whatever where they were hiring more people. Currently hiring for senior programmers, engine programmer, a design, and an animator. So from the sound of it, they're not too far into this, I don't think.
Right, exactly.
So I don't know that it's going to be a ground up VR title. I mean, that's going to take, a game
unless they
with
just
the
want
scope.
help.
Yeah, maybe. But a game with the scope of GTA, I mean, that takes a long time to build, especially for VR, I would think, ground up. You know what I mean?
It does, but you're going to build that whole game first and then port it over. You know what I mean? Cheers, South Memphis.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Appreciate
super chat.
that, man.
Awesome.
Thumbs up. Heck yeah. Appreciate that. That's
help
awesome.
Help us pay for GTA 6 VR.
Right?
Man, that'd be so sick. For real.
I know, but I don't know. I'm so torn between which way I think it could go. I don't really. Yeah, I mean, you would develop a game first, and at this point, when you have an open world first person game, it's already developed for VR basically, minus your controls, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's any 3D game can be for VR technically.
Sure, it could be, and especially when it's an open world, because you limited view on first person when you're playing flat, you can't get out into places, and you can't look around things and pick stuff up. So you're not worried about like textures on the bottoms of things as much, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if they design it that way, starting out, knowing that they're going to eventually do a VR, and they hire a company basically that knows VR to port it over for them, I mean, I could see that, but who knows? Yeah. I mean, that's just, I'm surmising, but yeah.
Yeah,
expansion for GTA 5 with VR support. That would be so good.
I mean, they still do
feel like
expansions for GTA 5, so it could be. I don't know. I mean, anything from Rockstar, I'm excited about it. So I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm definitely excited about. I mean, even just the thought of an open world VR game, whether it's GTA or something completely different, sounds fantastic to me.
Sure.
So I think this is maybe a little bit unfortunate for Raptor Labs that they started talking about this game that we think is like a GTA style game, and now we could be potentially getting an actual GTA from Rockstar. I don't know. But
maybe Raptor Labs is closer than we think. They do have a map of it, so they could have their whole thing laid out. I
think if they're doing a GTA style game and we're getting an official GTA game, then I think it's definitely important that Raptor Labs gets it out first.
Yes,
for sure. I agree. And I think South Memphis actually sent another super chat too that didn't pop up. But he sent another $2 with a dancing cool pair. So I just wanted to make sure to shout him out. So we do appreciate that.
Yeah, cheers. We do.
Yeah, and it may be an expansion pack. It could be.
It could, but I don't know. Yeah, they could ride that, GTA train though. If they drop that in the near future, and then we got news that Rockstar was going to put something out like that, they could really ride that train though. Because everyone's going to want that and jump into that.
Wasn't Red Dead Redemption? That was Rockstar too, wasn't it? I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
so I mean, it could be. I mean, that's open world. I've actually never played that game. It's a flat game, but it could be something like that. I mean, either way, it's so exciting.
PD just asked if Raptor Labs made any other games, but Standout. I mean, most people know them for Standout probably, and War Dust second.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Both VR games that we've played quite a bit. Like we said, if you missed earlier, not as much polish as some other games. That's what they need to work on, but still, yeah. I mean, this is exciting. I think this and the Ready Player 2 announcement has been like the most exciting things that happened to me this week in VR.
And it's just those big AAA companies now looking at VR like they know where it's going. I mean, come on.
It's not going anywhere. It's only getting bigger. No. I mean, you can't buy headsets. I mean, Oculus headsets have been sold out for how long now? I mean, at least since before last Christmas time. You get little spurts of them here and there, but for the most part, they've been completely sold out everywhere for, 9 months now or something like that, at least, maybe longer. I mean,
it is not. I check the stores, my local, like Best Buy and stuff. Within 250 miles, there is not one Quest to be found. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it, but
it's crazy.
I get it. I know. I'm glad to see it, but it's too bad we can't get it into more people's hands though if they're selling that fast.
Yeah, and hopefully it will. I mean, the stocks are going to come back up, especially more headsets coming out. HP coming out with another headset. There's going to be more options, and hopefully more people can get into it. But man, that's so exciting. I'm so pumped. Been so much good news this week. I feel like.
I agree. Good news. So the other one with headsets is, do you think we're getting wireless for the Index anytime soon?
I don't know, man. There was an article last week that talked about Index or Valve still working on that.
Right.
And they haven't given up plans for that yet. And I've always held up hope that might change things for me with HP Reverb. If I 2 months from now or a month from now, Valve announces they're going to start shipping a wireless adapter for the Valve Index, it's going to be like, man, do I want to play on the Reverb, or do I don't want to use the Index with wireless? That could change the game for me a lot. Really.
Absolutely would. I'd be 100% back on with the Index taking my mainstream, my daily driver. If it had wireless, oh my gosh, I could care less about the controllers then, because right now that is the one thing I can't really change is I don't have wireless for my PC gaming. Right. And yes, I could jump through the hoops and stuff with Quest, but that's not what I want. Yeah. Right. I don't want to do that because of the resolution, the shortened view. I can't do it, man.
Do you not like the Index controllers as much as I do? I feel like you like them a little bit better than I do, but I think you still prefer touch. But
I prefer touch. I would prefer touch, but I don't dislike the Index controllers. I like them now.
I think you like them.
Well, see, I got my stick fixed, and I feel like now they're better, like improved after,
I never sent mine in, but my thumbsticks actually click kind of now because I think I've used them so much. They seem to have kind of gotten broken and work a little bit better.
That could be, yeah.
But as far as the wireless goes, if you remember during the launch party when Index was first coming out, Gabe said himself that they were looking into several methods for untethered PC. So I know it's something they've been working on, and they're working towards. It's just, is that technology gonna be good enough for a consumer product? Right. I mean, they've done a lot of projects that have gotten scrapped. I mean, Valve's almost known for that. So this could be something that never comes out, but I am hopeful. And like I said, that could change my whole mindset of an HP Reverb G2. It really could.
I feel like it's there. I feel like it can be done if they really wanted to. I do, but that's me. I mean, from what we've seen with streaming and the latency stuff, through what can already be done with the Quest, I don't know how they could do it with all their own protocols and stuff. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and it would be expensive for it. I don't know. I mean, what was the adapter for the Vive? I think it was $299, wasn't it?
I don't remember what it launched at, but I think it was
maybe a little cheaper.
$299, $300. Now, I think it was a little more off the bat, but. Yeah, so
but I'd still pay that. I would still put up the $299 right now to have a wireless Index all day.
I think so too. Yeah, I mean, if it's like $500 or $600, that might be a little bit tougher to swallow. But around $300, I think.
Right.
I think that. Yeah, I think around $300, that's reasonable for some wireless. Right. And eventually that price will trickle down, hopefully as well. But.
Sure.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to think there's a battery involved with that. There's
you're gonna have
all the research and development that they're putting into it as well. The transmitters, the receiver, all that stuff. So.
I can't wait till we get to a day when all that is built in, because I don't want to have to worry about the adapter and strapping a battery pack somewhere. I don't like the restrictions of getting into VR. I like to make it as simple as I possibly can. That's why I like over-ear headphones that are built onto the headset. I don't like the two-step of putting the headset on, then headphones. I want everything to be simple. So that is, I mean, a lot of people are doing it with Quest. I haven't done wireless streaming to the Quest in a little while. I need to try it again because I know it's supposedly gotten a lot better. But
It is. I know. And still when I go to the Quest, except I have been having fun on my Quest lately, so I can't complain too much about it.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
we'll see. Yeah.
Tell me more about this Suicide Guy VR. You know a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit more about this than I do, and this looks
I
really
think
cool, actually.
this looks awesome. I know.
Yeah.
I just like the concept of it. I like the art style of it. It looks really polished, and it is because this isn't new. This isn't a new game, but it is new to VR. And this was a flat game with I think there's actually even second versions or expansions of it as well, not for VR. But I have asked him a couple questions. I haven't heard back yet from him, but I'm sure I will, of why he wanted to get, into VR or port this over. But it looks really cool. And supposedly you are in this guy's dreams, and trying not to die and get through his dreams and stuff. Looks like a really cool concept. I think there's 25 levels, and as you can see, you can drive cars, all kinds of stuff. It looks like a lot of fun. I think it even has, I think I actually had the page up, which I should
think
look
it's
at.
available now on Steam.
It is. It is available now for $4.99. I did throw it in the description just because this is one I'm probably going to pick up and play myself.
Yeah, it looks
but
really
it's a story-driven game, physics-based levels, ultimate moves. You can pick up stuff, throw them, activate mechanisms, and even burp.
It's not
funny creatures to annoy, vehicles to drive. What?
It's not out, so it's not available. The VR version isn't available yet. It's July 24th.
Yeah, you're right.
You can add it to your wish list.
Oh, the
which
24th. Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yep. But I'm super excited about this. I think it looks like a great game.
I think you were reading the reviews for the flat version. I think the reviews were really good, like positive. Overall positive. So yeah, puzzle platformer game. This really reminds me of like a Pixar movie or like a Wreck-It Ralph. Like when I see the guy, it reminds me of Wreck-It Ralph. But yeah, if this works as good in VR as what people say it does on flat, this could be really interesting. Yeah, so
I think it's great.
I don't know. Is it coming to anything else? Is it coming to Oculus? I'm not sure.
That I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
It is coming July 24th though, so it'll be. This is from Chubby Pixel. Is the
it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, the trailer looks really cool. I'm really intrigued by the trailer. I thought you came across this and sent it to me, and I was like, what? What is this?
I know. I do.
Yeah, it looks
and
really cool.
I'll try and talk to him. Maybe we can get a play in before it's out and stuff, and let you guys know if we're lucky.
For sure.
But yeah, super cool game. Yep.
It is really
Just
cool.
when I came across that, I was pumped about.
Yeah. No doubt. One thing I want to talk about a little bit was Quest. The next Quest update is you're going to be able to change your graphics settings. So this is when using the link to the PC. There was workarounds before, but now this is going to be an official software, so it's going to make it a lot easier under devices and graphics performance. And there's basically 3 tiers you can set it to. Well, 4, I guess, with automatic, prioritize quality, and prioritize performance, and then balance. And that's going to be based off of what specs your PC is going to be. So the prioritized quality is going to give you a lot better graphic.
And this is great for like lower performing PCs. Like somebody that bought a Quest that said, I don't really have a PC that can handle PC VR, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. It really is.
So
I'm glad to see they're doing it.
Upload did some testing on this, and they're saying for prioritized quality, they're saying you're getting around 2784 by 3056 per eye. Balanced is 2448 by 2688 per eye. And performance is 1568 by 1728 per eye. This was based off of a GTX 970 for performance and balance for an RTX 2070. I don't know. But
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you could use the Oculus Tray Tool and stuff before and some workarounds, but I think it's awesome that it's going to be real easy to do. And
it needs to be.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I just wanted to talk about that real quick. That is on the latest version. I think that should be rolling out. I'm not sure if I actually need to update my Quest. I'm not sure which version I was on. We were playing last week, and it said I had an update available. I haven't done it yet. So
you weren't on the new one yet, I don't think.
I need to do that this week or today.
Oh, the other one I saw had an update too was Live just did an update to their beta, or they're running their beta right now. So if you go in, if you have Live and you go into your properties, opt into the beta and stuff, you can jump on that too. Which, man, they're doing a lot of work for streamers and stuff. It's awesome. Highly recommend it.
The other big story this week was Half-Life: The Final Hours.
Oh yeah.
So this is kind of different, a little bit different. This is on Steam. It's I think $10, and it's basically like a book
experience.
Yeah, book experience video kind of a thing. I do want to say right off the bat though, if you have not played Half-Life Alyx, from the beginning to the end, hold off on this because there are spoilers in it. Yeah, so if you haven't completed Half-Life Alyx, you probably don't want to dive into this. I think it's like an hour, 2 hours worth of content. It says that, so I haven't downloaded this, but it says there's interactive puzzles, never before seen prototypes, canceled games, unreleased projects, video prototypes of Alyx, Soundcrab mixer, development floor experience, explore the Valve office with an interactive 3D tour, timeline details of Valve, and an exclusive interview. So this is basically over, I think it was 2 years that Jeff Keighley.
That's cool.
This is like
documented.
Yeah, documented stuff that he's experienced with a lot of behind the scenes stuff that most people didn't get to see.
So cool.
Yeah, so it says it's an interactive storybook, does not use or require a virtual reality headset, which is kind of a bummer. It merges 25,000 word traditional story with 3D video game technology to give customers fly on the wall perspective of Valve's creative process. Pretty cool.
I think it's awesome. I love it because I love even like when they do the when they film the movies and do the little documentary-ish stuff in the extras where you can see behind the scenes. I feel like that is this for us.
That is kind of what that is like. And Valve's a very strange company. So, I mean, they don't operate like most companies, I feel like. So to get that...
No, they're private.
Yeah, to get that behind the scenes kind of look is kind of neat. So... Yeah, I don't know.
James Darkwood said just finished Half-Life Alyx, and the ending is so good.
Half-Life Alyx is a great game.
I know.
Such a good game. I'm still very reserved on talking too much about it because there's so many people that haven't finished the game that I never want to ruin it for anybody.
Nope.
So,
I never will either. I'll never say anything about the ending or any part of it hardly because I don't want anybody to ruin that experience for me. So I wouldn't do that to somebody else.
Yeah. So if you read through the comments and stuff, the reviews of this, they're all really good from everything I've seen. Somebody said it's about a 4-hour-long interactive ebook detailing the trials and tribulations of Valve's return to the legendary Half-Life franchise. I think he said he kind of took his time to achieve that 4 hours, but it's $10. So I will probably look into this. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I know there's even some jump scares in this too, even though it's just...
It is cool.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff. And you actually can go into the Valve Studios through Steam, one of the Steam home things. Me and you did that a long time ago. We went into like the Steam offices and stuff in there, which was pretty cool. But
which we broke. Oh, no, wait. That was one of the... it was a
Valve
Steam
offices,
home, wasn't
but
it?
we were able. Yeah, it was in Steam as one of their Steam homes, and we were actually able to get out of the barrier and explore a bunch of stuff. And it's pretty cool.
Always.
We always try to do that. You could do it in the Half-Life Alyx Steam home thing too.
If you want somebody to break your game, call us.
Yeah, we're pretty good at that. We're pretty good at finding ways to get out of maps and all kinds of stuff you aren't supposed to be. But yeah, so Hard to Get said I have not played Half-Life Alyx yet, so you got to hopefully you can get into that game because man, it's a
Mad
good
Wookie said
one
thank
you don't want to miss.
Have not finished.
So definitely don't go into that if you haven't finished the game because I know there are spoilers in there. It's going to show you things that you probably don't want to see yet until you've experienced the game. So
cool,
Recycle said I'm stuck on the dumb explosive room. Is that the one room where it was like 3 rooms and you had to turn to connect all the things to get? Or no, which one was the explosive room? I can't remember now.
Explosive room. Is that where they're all on the wall?
I can't remember.
Towards the end?
I finished the game the first week it came out. I actually want to go in and play it a second time. I've hopped in a couple times just to do different things because I still love it. But, man, it's just – I can't wait to see it. And that was one of the things Sebastian talked about with the Reverb G2 is Half-Life Alyx.
I know where he's talking about, where it has all the trip mines and the barrels probably.
Oh, probably. We can't say too much again. We're going to
I'm not saying – that's not ruining anything.
Well, let me tell you how the game ends. So, at the end of the game – no, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so I mean, this week, honestly, I feel like every week in VR you have like ups and downs. Like some weeks there's just not a whole lot of big things that happen, and other weeks there seem to be like explosions of just awesome things. And I feel like this week was kind of one of those weeks for me, like with the Rockstar announcement, finding out more info about the Reverb G2 from Sebastian, Ready Player 2 book coming out, which I am stoked about. That my pre-orders
challenging virtual strangers.
Yeah, playing. We're going to be playing some virtual strangers guys, which those guys are awesome too. They do a show. They actually go Sunday and Monday, but But yeah, good guys. So we can't wait to play with them. We're big Contractors fans, if you don't know, I'm sure. But and
So good,
yeah, so we can't wait to get in there again with them. We'll keep you updated. Join the Discord to find out when all that's gonna be taking place. Especially if you want to join one of the teams, they have a Discord as well. So
we were just saying how much we actually are liking our Aptos now too.
Yeah, getting used to it finally.
Dude, you were on point last time.
Yeah,
I think it was Sunday.
Clicked.
You were doing work on
I always
Sunday.
have a moment where, like, playing with the gun stock where I'm like really struggling to get it. My muscle memory and everything's just not there, and then all of a sudden it just clicks, and it's like I'm just on, and it feels so good. The reloads, my reloads are a little slow still. My reloads aren't what I want them to be, but yeah, the maps are fantastic. The Call of Duty maps.
I know.
Oh my goodness,
so good. It was like we had our team and your team. It was so much fun to actually have teams and run chat in our Discord and work together, and it was so good. Yeah. It was so much fun on the old Call of Duty maps.
So good.
I just want to play it right now.
I can't say enough good things about it for real. But yeah, so I mean, I think that's most of what we got going on this week. I don't know what we'll be playing this weekend. I have some family stuff today, maybe later today or tomorrow. But definitely get in Contractors, get some practice in. I know I need some more practice too before we start our $100,000 championship rounds with virtual strangers.
We've been playing Saturday after the show sometimes on random weekends, and then maybe Sundays random times too.
And
Sunday
through the
evenings.
week. Usually through the week it's always through the week because we work.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's random. We can't play every day, unfortunately. But,
and we're Eastern time.
Yeah,
so
we're Eastern time. So sometimes in the evening for us, depending on where
7
you're
o'clock.
at, it's really late, or it's still too early for some people, depending on where you are. But so, any tips on how to survive 2.5 months wait? Oh, is that for the Reverb G2? Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited too. I don't like waiting. Like even Amazon drives me crazy sometimes lately because it used to be such fast shipping all the time. Like every time it was the same day or 2 days. And now sometimes Prime's like 4 or 5 days because all the stuff going on, which really stinks. But I don't have patience. When I get excited about something, I want it like right now, and it's a problem. So, but yeah.
Steven asked mod maps on Quest. No mod maps on Quest yet for
Contractors. Not yet. They still say it's coming. Hopefully that'll be the case.
It's amazing, but Yep. Would like to play Contractors.
Definitely
Contractors should.
Man. Yeah, for sure. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
I know it is. Get some practice in. Just saying.
Yeah. So Anakaze said there was an update. To Quest beta. Yeah, I just updated mine yesterday too on Quest. I'm not sure.
Nice.
What's in that yet, but.
Yep. Quest plays just as good too.
It does play good.
Yep.
Yeah. And with crossplay if you play the regular maps. So.
Right.
We've been playing a lot of the Call of Duty maps though, and there's more coming all the time. And I still want Tyler to work on our map too. He's got to get that going. He's got some of the stuff downloaded. He was having some issues, but trying. We got some old Pavlov maps that I don't even think you can play anymore. They're so old now, but they never updated. But hopefully we'll get some Contractors maps and we can get in there. We also talked about trying to maybe do something with the Virtual Strangers guys, as far as maybe like doing some kind of charity thing for when we do the.
Maybe,
to play against each other, and I don't know, but we'll figure that out. We'll talk to them. We'll see what we come up with. We got to get an official date too, and figure all that stuff out. So, but yeah, we can't wait. We're super excited. So,
absolutely.
But yeah, so thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Thanks for the super chats.
Always.
We've got a couple new subscribers today, so we definitely appreciate that. If you aren't subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell button. We usually go live every weekend. We got some random live streams every once in a while, and we're talking about trying to put out some more videos. We want to do some more videos. We kind of slacked on the videos for a while, but we have a couple things we want to get out there and talk about, and or live streaming on Twitch too. I really think we could do some gameplay on Twitch. I don't know if you guys want to see us here or Twitch for live gameplay. Let us know. Yeah. We do have a Twitch. We just never really use it. So we might do that. But we've also, if you haven't, you don't have to, but consider joining the Patreon. We are going to try to start maybe doing some vlog style type stuff on there, like getting ready for the show and just some random stuff that we might try out. Still just in an idea state at this point right now, but that's what we're talking about trying to do. So, but we appreciate everybody being here. It's been a great show. I've been excited. I can't wait for a lot of these things that are coming.
And you're finally drinking coffee again, right? Because you weren't even allowed to for the longest time.
I'm still not supposed to be, but for the last show, the last two shows, the one where we missed 2 shows and I came back, that was the first coffee I'd had in almost a month. from being sick. And then this, I've been drinking about a cup a day. I've cut back quite a bit, but I can't stay away from the coffee for too long. So.
Right. No,
and Alyx VR, he's on us. Wear the rendered reality T-shirt.
I know already. That was on my list too.
Yeah, we gotta get that. We were
yeah.
having trouble getting a high enough resolution image. Yep. Tyler was working on that, so hopefully he can get that.
Yeah, and I never heard back from the Teespring guys, so I got to figure something out.
If anybody knows some graphic designers that are good at that kind of stuff, can design some stuff for us, and it doesn't cost an arm and a leg, because we're not trying to spend $5,000 on an image or anything like that. People get crazy. Dude, people get crazy, man. Some of that stuff costs so much. So if anybody has any tips for us on who can help us out, let us know.
Right.
That isn't too crazy.
Cheers,
yeah, Mad Wookie. Thank you. Seriously, that's awesome.
Cheers, man. That's
we
awesome.
Really appreciate that. Somebody just said your wife is hungry. VR Spry guy said your wife is hungry, Shawn. So she must have said something in here. I don't know what happened.
I love how she has to come on to the live chat in the show just to get a hold of you.
Yeah. Tell me it's time to eat. But yeah, that's awesome. So
okay. All right, guys. We will get out of here.
I gotta go eat, I guess.
Right. We'll catch you next week, or some gameplay. Keep an eye on our Discord and stuff when we're playing.
Yep.
Or maybe see us back here for a live stream. I don't know. We'll see.
Yep.
We're dabbling.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Seriously.
Later, guys.
And we'll see you soon. Later. Just to let y'all know, virtual strangers are going down and some contractors.
That's right. Come get some.